Let's get right into it. Number 1. Goosebumps, the human firmware. Update that never downloaded. You ever get those little bumps all over your arms when you're cold or freaked out? Congratulations, you're running a biology app that's about 200,000 years out of date. Goosebumps were supposed to help our hairy ancestors look bigger and fluffier when threatened, kind of like when a cat puffs up after seeing a cucumber. Except now you don't have fur. So when you're in the middle of a job interview and a draft hits, instead of looking intimidating, you look like you're breaking out in Morse code. It's like your body is trying to protect you from saber-toothed tigers, but the only predator in the room is Karen from HR. Science says it's all thanks to tiny muscles at the base of your hair follicles called erector pili. They contract, your hair stands up, and in theory, you become a cold-proof, terrifying mammal. In reality, you just look like someone whispered the word taxes in your ear. Basically, evolution gave you a free sweater you can't see and a defense mechanism that only works against your self-esteem. Thanks, Darwin. Number 2. Choking the worst, plumbing crossover. Imagine designing a new phone and for some reason you route the charging port and the headphone jack through the same hole. That's your throat. Evolution, in its infinite wisdom, decided to have your food and air share one single precariously tiny tunnel, the pharynx. It's like building a water slide and an escalator in the same tube, then acting shocked when someone gets stuck. Most mammals don't have this issue, but humans, nope. We're the only species that regularly dies from eating too quickly, while telling a story about the time we almost died eating too quickly. Why? Because talking is so important for our social survival. Our voice box larynx migrated up and forward so we could communicate better. But the trade-off is the constant threat of death by bagel, so every time you try to laugh while drinking water and end up spluttering like a malfunctioning fountain, remember, that's your evolutionary upgrade at work. Number 3. Blind spot, your eyes' secret plot twist. Your eyeballs, those little squishy orbs you trust with literally all of your life navigation, come with a built-in not found zone. Right smack in the middle of your retina is a blind spot where the optic nerve barges through the wall like it's late to a party and doesn't care about design flaws. This means there's a tiny part of your vision that just doesn't exist. But your brain, that sneaky little improviser, fills in the gap with a best guess Photoshop job using what's around it. Most of the time you don't notice unless you close one eye and play spot the vanishing object with your thumb. Other animals like squids and octopuses dodge this glitch entirely because their eyes evolved differently. But you're stuck with it. Hope you didn't want a 360-degree field of vision, so next time you lose your keys, just blame your blind spot. Evolution literally designed you to miss stuff. Number 4. Wisdom teeth. Mouthful of mayhem. You're going about your business enjoying adulthood and then suddenly searing pain, swelling cheeks, and a dentist gleefully wielding pliers. Say hello to your wisdom teeth, those bonus molars that show up late to the party and immediately start wrecking the place. Back when our ancestors crunched on raw roots and hunted with sticks, having a few extra teeth was a real asset. But now, not so much. Our jaws have gotten smaller over time, probably because we invented soup and stopped using our mouths like power tools. The result, there's no room for these squatters, and they grow in sideways, upside down, or not at all. Cue the oral surgery and ice cream diet. Evolution apparently thought, let's give everyone extra teeth but not the space for them. Brilliant. Number 5. Sleep paralysis. Nighttime system, crash. Ever woken up in the middle of the night totally alert but your body has decided to play dead? Welcome to sleep paralysis, the ultimate betrayal by your nervous system. You can see your bedroom, hear the hum of your fridge, even sense your phone buzzing under the pillow, but moving a toe. Nope, not happening. Meanwhile, your imagination is free to conjure up the most creative nightmare creatures just to spice things up. Here's the science during REM sleep. Your brain basically hits the lock screen on your muscles so you don't act out your dreams and roundhouse kick your partner in the face. Sometimes though, your consciousness boots up early, but your body is still running last night's firmware. The result is you trapped in a horror movie directed by your own subconscious, starring you as the helpless victim. Evolution's safety feature becomes your sleepover ghost story. Honestly, who needs haunted houses when your own brain can give you a free trial of paralyzed and panicking at 3 a.m.? Number 6. Hiccups. Primitive air glitches. You're in a quiet room, maybe a date, maybe a funeral. Suddenly, hic. Your diaphragm has decided to stage a one-person protest. Hiccups are the biological equivalent of your body pocket dialing itself, thanks to an ancient reflex left over from when our ancestors had gills. Yes, gills. Like a fish. Scientists think hiccups might be a glitchy leftover from the days when early amphibians needed a way to coordinate breathing between water and air. Now you just get an involuntary sound that makes everyone in the room look at you like you're auditioning for a role as a squeaky toy. No real function, just an evolutionary prank that kicks in at the most inconvenient times. Basically, your nervous system is sending an error report and you're the IT department with no clue how to fix it. Number 7. Menstrual cramps monthly hardware failure. Let's talk about periods specifically, the cramps that feel like your uterus is trying to fold itself into an origami crane. Every month, like clockwork, millions of people are reminded that evolution didn't exactly finesse the whole reproduction thing. You'd think after millions of years the human body could figure out a way to shed a little tissue without the pain scale hitting wrestling a bear. What's happening? The uterine muscles contract to help expel the lining, but sometimes they overachieve, cutting off blood flow and causing pain. It's like your internal organs are throwing a tantrum because a baby didn't show up this month. Other mammals have periods, but almost none have cramps this bad. Humans just won the biological lottery of suffering. So next time you're curled up with a hot water bottle, just know evolution really didn't have customer support in mind. Number 8. Back pain, the upright disaster. Congratulations, you're bipedal. You walk on 2 legs, see above the grass, and can wave at friends without crawling. But your spine. Yeah, it still thinks you're a knuckle-dragging primate. Human backs were not designed for a full day at the office, much less for sitting in a chair scrolling TikTok for hours. The elegant S-curve of your vertebrae is more of a question mark, especially after decades of poor posture. Standing upright freed our hands, but it also put way more stress on the lower back. Slipped discs, pinched nerves, the infamous throwing your back out while sneezing, all courtesy of evolution's bad architecture. Other animals have spines built for their movement. Yours is a Jenga tower with a caffeine addiction. And that's why chiropractors exist. Number 9. Migraines, the deluxe brain malfunction. Picture this: you're minding your own business, and suddenly your brain decides it's time to throw a rave inside your skull with no warning and way too many strobe lights. Migraines are the luxury edition of headaches, complete with visual hallucinations, nausea, and the overwhelming urge to become a vampire sunlight, Ylasha's pain. The fun part: science still isn't entirely sure why they happen. Some experts think migraines are a relic from our hunter-gatherer days, where supersensitivity to light and sound was maybe helpful for survival. But now, it's just a sensory overload that arrives uninvited, triggered by everything from chocolate to Tuesdays. Your brain's blood vessels, nerves, and chemicals all decide to miscommunicate at once, causing hours or days of misery. So thanks, evolution. Instead of a sixth sense, you got a built-in weather alarm that only predicts pain. Number 10. Appendix, the forgotten USB port. You know that feeling when you find a mystery port on your old laptop and nobody remembers what it's for? That's your appendix. Once upon a time, this tiny pouch was supposedly great for digesting cellulose from raw plants and bark, yum. Now, unless you're eating twigs for dinner, it mostly just sits there waiting to get inflamed and potentially kill you. Medical textbooks used to call the appendix vestigial, like an evolutionary appendix to your anatomy. But here's the twist: recent studies think it might have a small job hosting helpful gut bacteria. But honestly, if you can live just fine without it, what's the point? All it does reliably is risk turning you into a walking medical emergency during a long road trip. It's the ultimate included but not necessary feature, like Clippy from Microsoft Word, but with more ER visits. Number 11. Phantom limb sensation, the ghost in the machine. Let's say you lose a limb, an arm, a leg, maybe just a pinky toe. Your brain, never one to get with the program, continues to send signals to the missing body part. So you might feel your hand itching even when your hand has relocated to a medical waste bin. This is called phantom limb sensation, and it's the ultimate proof that your nervous system runs on stubbornness and outdated maps. See, your brain has a body map that doesn't update easily. After a limb is lost, the map still includes it, so you get all the sensations, pain, pressure, or itching where there's nothing but empty space. It's like a haunted house where the ghosts are just memories of your own body. Evolution never expected us to outlive our own body parts. Modern medicine made us patchable, but our brain software is still running version 1.0. So yeah, your body can miss itself, and no scratching the air doesn't help. Number 12. Skin wrinkles, the moisture mystery. You spend too long in the bath and suddenly your fingers and toes look like they've been working retail for 50 years. The reason your skin gets wrinkly in water, and nobody's entirely sure why. Some say it's to improve grip on wet surfaces, like grabbing slippery rocks, or more likely desperately clutching your phone in the shower. Turns out this isn't just your skin passively soaking up water, it's your nervous system actively causing the wrinkles. That's right, your body does this on purpose, like it's prepping you for an impromptu climbing challenge. But for most of your life, the only thing you're gripping is a loofah. So next time you emerge from the tub with raisin fingers, remember you're carrying the relics of a time when you might have needed to chase fish with your bare hands. Number 13. Sneezing at the sun, photic, sneeze, reflex. Ever step outside into the sunlight and immediately blast out a sneeze that makes the neighbors look over in alarm? Welcome to the weird world of the photic sneeze reflex, also known as autosomal dominant compelling helio-ophthalmic outburst syndrome, or in plain English, your body's inability to mind its own business. About a third of humans have this glitch. Scientists think it happens because the nerves that control your eyes and the ones that trigger sneezing are next-door neighbors in your brain, and sometimes the wires get crossed. Bright light triggers both, and suddenly you're sneezing like you just walked into a cloud of pepper. Other mammals don't seem to have this, just us, the evolved geniuses. It's not dangerous, just awkward, especially if you drive with the sun in your eyes and your evolutionary wiring decides to launch a surprise snot missile. Thanks evolution for making us the only species that can get jump scared by daylight. Number 14. Prune belly, the absurd ab showcase. For some unlucky souls, there's a rare genetic condition called prune belly syndrome where the abdominal muscles don't develop properly. The result, a wrinkly prune-like appearance of the belly and a whole mess of internal glitches that make basic bodily functions a heroic feat. If you're wondering why evolution didn't fix this, so are medical researchers. It's a relic of genetic roulette, and it comes with kidney problems, bladder issues, and more. While most people will never experience prune belly, it's a reminder that evolution isn't a precision engineer, it's more of a chaotic beta tester that left a few bugs in the code and hoped for the best. The human body proof that if you run enough simulations, eventually someone will spawn with cheat codes and game-breaking bugs. Number 15. Out-of-body experiences, brain GPS, fail. Ever felt like you're floating above yourself, watching your life play out like a badly written sitcom? Congratulations, your brain's built-in GPS just took a vacation. Out-of-body experiences usually happen during extreme stress trauma or right before sleep. Neuroscientists believe it's a mix-up in the parts of the brain that manage your body's sense of position. Your parietal lobe basically gets its wires crossed and tells you you're in two places at once. It's like your consciousness is playing VR on dial-up internet, laggy, glitchy, and definitely not what was advertised. Other animals don't seem to get this, but you can be halfway through a boring meeting and suddenly feel like a balloon tied to your own chair. Yet another charming little bug evolution left behind just to keep you guessing. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.